This one is about the raging Cajun. You guys know him. Some of you love him. Some of you absolutely hate and despise him. But either way, Democratic strategist James Carville told the roundtable on this Sunday's This Week with George Stephanopoulos that the ideological litmus test for the GOP that usually causes them to pick a candidate that's farther to the right will not be in play this time around. The only way, he says, they can avoid extinction is by nominating somebody electable. And he said this nomination is not going to be somebody's not going to get nominated because they like Common Core or don't like Common Core. The person that's going to get nominated for the Republican GOP nominee is the person who can best poll against Hillary Rodham Clinton. Now, I'm not sure if I agree with his analogy or not, and the reason why, and I do this work. I'm not a seasoned of a campaign veteran as James Carville, but here's where I sort of disagree with him. I think functionally, in some common sense tells the Republican Party they need to pick a candidate that is moderate enough to win in Ohio, to win in South Florida, and to win in Virginia. But the other side of me says the activist root of the party, which is the ones sort of running the joint right now, they don't believe that. And I don't even think the Koch brothers believe that. Or Sheldon Adelson, who boatloaded Newt Gingrich in the primary 4 years ago just because he didn't want Mitt Romney. So I really feel as though until the donor community on the Republican side of the aisle can get their act together, they're going to be in big trouble. And I think beyond that point where I disagree with James Carville is that this next election is going to be about ideas. Hillary Clinton and her team, beyond the fact that she's raising money and other stuff, Republicans are going to have to come up with some real ideals. If there are no ideals for the Republican Party, they're going to be doomed to not win presidential elections. And I think before we can even talk about 2016 America, we've got to focus on what's happening just around the corner. 6 or 7 months from now, we're dealing with 2014, the midterm elections, and what that could mean for Democrats and what that could mean for Republicans. Now, there is a possibility, let's put it out there and let's be real, folks. There is a possibility, this is going to be a tough one for Democrats to squeak out to maintain control of the United States Senate. But the good news here is that Democrats have a stellar record when it comes to running statewide. They ran statewide in Virginia and they won. With Obamacare, boom, 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 they still won, right? They had a lot of statewide races in 2012 and they won. And I think that is where we need to focus our attention on, and that is where we need to sort of comb in on what's going to work and what's not going to work. There's a couple of states that I think we should all focus on when it comes to 2014, which I think is more important than 2016 right now in the status quo. One is what happens in the Louisiana primary. So there's a three-way primary in the Republican field for who's going to be the senatorial nominee to take on Mary Landrieu, the Democratic nominee and current sitting senator from the state of Louisiana. Now, Mary Landrieu has endorsed the Affordable Care Act, full faith, full force, and she's running on Obamacare, which is what Democrats and progressives have got to do to maintain their win in this election. One, yes, the law had kinks. Yes, the law had issues. But right now, the truth of the matter is the law is working. The other state that Democrats we need to focus on is what we do in Alaska. Don't forget Georgia. We'll talk about it more in the Fowler Show.